Hey guys, it's Brandon, and I'm back with another review, and this time I'm going to be talking about a product from Taiwan, and that is the brand Orien't, and I'm going to be talking about the texture paste today. I'll get into the other products as the weeks come up. Now, what makes the brand Orien't unique is that it's kind of a salon-style brand that's supposed to be multi-purpose, that you can use for traditional pompadour styles or also side part contours. So let's just get right into it. First and foremost, display-wise, presentation-wise, this is one of the nicest and sharpest looking jars and boxes I've ever seen in a long time. It has the logo on the front, and then what you're looking at right here, it's the texture paste. Each one of these colors is different. On the side, it has the ingredients and how to use it. It says start off with just a little bit and add more, and then it just has their social media stuff on their side. When it has their logo on the top, and when you pop the top, what happens is there's this little card in here. On the card it says keep it simple and stay sharp, which is kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of something like Get Psyched by Wolfenstein. On here there's another logo. It says thank you for your support, and then it has some information. Scoop out the paste with fingertip, rub generously with your palms, and then you can apply evenly on damp or dry hair to get some styles. Really cool, really sharp. It's just really simple, but it's just everything about it is really cool. If you look inside, you can see it says what it is, texture paste. It's just a cool box. Like, normally I don't keep the boxes for products, but I definitely kept the boxes for all these products. Then you have the jar itself, which is really shiny and nice. It has the same color on the front, but it's around here. Opening it up, you can see that it has the just like a normal white texture to it, or normal white color with just a normal texture to it. The smell on this is kind of like a light, almost floral scent, but with a little bit of a musk undertone. It definitely comes off as masculine and nice, subtle. Scooping this, we'll scoop at the top, you'll see, really easy. You don't really need that much for a texturizing cream. And in general, as a rule of thumb, and breaking down is really easy too. You can see it breaks down. As a rule of thumb, you don't really need a lot of texturing products as well. Especially if you have a hairstyle like mine that's short. Now, applying, it's going to be really easy and simple, but you'll notice as soon as you put this stuff in your hair, it's going to start like feeling like it's drying up. Like, it's not going to dry your hair out, but you know how some products, like, because they're waxier, they'll just immediately start having like a kind of like a dryish feel. This product does come off on the drier side, and I noticed, I was talking to my buddy Mike Smith just about salon products in general, and he was saying that they usually do, at least to him, feel like they come off on the drier side, and that is no exception with this stuff. I definitely think that as a paste, it's going to do what you want it to in regards to the fact that it gives you texture. I noticed that. And when I tried this, I've tried it with longer hair, and I've tried it with this short haircut that I have, and I tend to favor it with the shorter haircut. Longer hair, what I noticed happening is throughout the day, it started to get like a, I would say, like kind of like a dry, kind of almost stringy feel to it, and it got a little too dry for me. But with shorter hair, it goes well, adds some nice texture, and I noticed you don't really see it that much, and it'll give you some good height, but it's still, regardless, it still does come off a little bit on the drier side, which I have seen the majority of lab-made texture pastes and stuff like this do come off on the drier side. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you like drier products, and if you use a hair dryer with this, you'll get some good results as well. So that about does it. For a hairstyle like mine, you don't need an afro pick or anything, at least because my hair is still pretty long on top, but I don't need it for the sides. So what are my thoughts on the Orien't texture paste? I think it's pretty decent. I definitely, like I said, I think this goes more on the lines of like a salon product. So if you're familiar with stuff kind of like Blue Mon or you know, products in that line, or just in that vein, you're going to be right at home. This stuff is going to work similar. It's going to work well with blow drying. It's going to give you good texture, and this is going to work well for shorter hairstyles. With longer hairstyles, you can blow dry it and comb it into place, and you'll get some good volume and some good shape out of it. But definitely, I noticed that for me, the texture paste at least starts to lose some endurance at the end of the day. Now, That is to be expected for most texture pastes unless you layer them in because it's supposed to add texture. It's not supposed to give you a ton of hold, but this does give surprisingly good hold for what it is. If I had to give this a rating, I would give this a 4.0 out of 5. This is a great texture paste. I would say that it's a 4.0 out of 5 with shorter hair. If you have longer hair, for me, like I said, I put it in and I had a harder time using this with a longer haircut. So if I had to rate this for a longer hairstyle, I'd give it a 3.9, give it a good pomade. So this, depending on your hairstyle, I know I don't usually do that, but in this case, I'm gonna say that it's a 3.9 if you have really long hair, and I mean long hair that like the front goes down to here, which I used to have, or you have shorter hair, I can give this a 4.0. Either way, it's still a really good product if you wanna add some texture and you wanna add some volume to your hair. It's gonna work really well with that, and it's gonna work in the line of in the vein of many other salon products. It's definitely good. It's a sharp looking jar. It works well. It's reliable in what it's supposed to be doing, but don't go into it expecting to have all day endurance and be like, to reinvent the market, because it doesn't do anything like that, but it is good for what it is. So let me know if you guys have any other questions about this product. Let me know what you think about it, and if you guys have tried it or not, and hope you have a good one.